Do you ever feel that success is a distant, complex fortress, its gates barred by intricate puzzles you can't seem to solve? We're often told of grand schemes and complicated strategies, leaving us overwhelmed, wondering if there's a simpler key, a more direct path. What if the most profound secrets to unlocking our potential are not hidden in complexity, but in a timeless, straightforward principle? The pursuit of success can feel like navigating a dense, ancient forest, each path promising a way out, yet many leading deeper into confusion. We seek clarity, a guiding star in the overwhelming darkness of information and advice. What if such a guide has existed for millennia, offering a truth so fundamental it has the power to illuminate our journey, regardless of the era? Imagine a time before our modern rush, a period where wisdom was cultivated slowly, like a rare and precious herb. In that era, thinkers pondered the very essence of a flourishing life, seeking not quick fixes but enduring truths. One such mind, Aristotle, a philosopher whose insights have echoed through centuries, offered a beacon for those aspiring to achieve true, meaningful success. Aristotle wasn't concerned with fleeting fame or material wealth alone. He explored eudaimonia, a state of human flourishing, of living well and actualizing our highest potential. His approach to success was not about a sudden stroke of luck or a secret trick, but about the very fabric of our being, woven through deliberate, consistent effort. This ancient wisdom holds a powerful key for us today. He observed that the path to this flourishing, this profound success, wasn't paved with occasional grand gestures or heroic, isolated acts. Instead, he pointed towards something far more accessible, something within reach of every single one of us, every single day. He identified a simple, yet incredibly potent mechanism that governs our journey towards achieving our best. So what is this simple rule that Aristotle believed could unlock such profound success and fulfillment? It's a statement you may have heard, but perhaps not fully grasped its depth. We are what we repeatedly do. Think about that for a moment. Not what we intend to do or wish to do, but what we repeatedly do. From this foundational observation, Aristotle derived the core principle. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This is the simple rule. It's a declaration that true mastery, genuine achievement, and lasting success are not born from sporadic bursts of effort, but from the steady, unassuming rhythm of cultivated habits. Consider the power within this idea. It shifts the focus from a daunting, singular peak of success to the manageable, daily steps of excellence. It suggests that the grandest achievements are simply the culmination of small, consistently well-executed actions. This isn't about being born extraordinary. It's about becoming extraordinary through practice. Let's first explore this idea of excellence, or arete as Aristotle termed it. It's more than just being good at something. It implies virtue, expressing the best within us, striving for the highest quality in our endeavors, aligned with a sense of purpose. It's about performing our functions, our roles, exceptionally well. Excellence isn't reserved for the battlefield or the royal court. It can be found in the craftsman perfecting his skill, the scholar diligently seeking truth, the leader guiding with wisdom, or even in the quiet dedication of tending a garden. It's the commitment to being the best version of ourselves in whatever task lies before us. This excellence isn't a static trait we either possess or lack. According to Aristotle, it is dynamic, something that can be cultivated, nurtured, and developed within each of us. It's not about inherent genius, but about the potential for growth that lies dormant until awakened by conscious effort and repetition. Now let's connect this to the second, crucial part of Aristotle's rule: habit. A habit is an action performed regularly and repeatedly, often becoming subconscious. It's a pattern of behavior ingrained so deeply that it becomes second nature. This is where the transformative power truly lies. Think of a river carving its path through solid rock. A single drop of water has little impact, but countless drops, flowing consistently over eons, can shape canyons and valleys. Our daily actions, when aligned with excellence and repeated, are like those drops of water, gradually shaping the landscape of our lives and achievements. The journey from a single, intentional act of excellence to an ingrained habit of excellence requires conscious effort at first. It's like learning a new skill, perhaps a medieval craft like smithing. Initially, every strike of the hammer is deliberate, awkward, and requires immense focus. With persistent practice, day after day, those hammer strikes become more fluid, more accurate, more powerful. The apprentice no longer has to think about each individual movement. The skill becomes embedded in muscle memory, in instinct. Excellence in smithing transitions from a series of difficult acts to a natural, habitual expression of skill. This transformation is not magic. It is the predictable outcome of dedicated repetition. The simple rule reminds us that consistent, small efforts compound over time to produce remarkable results. Grand achievements are rarely the product of a single leap, but of many small, well-taken steps. So how do we begin to apply this? First, we must identify what excellence means in the context of our own goals. What kind of success are you striving for? What qualities, skills, or virtues are essential for that specific vision of flourishing? Is it the discipline of a writer penning a few pages each day? The courage of an entrepreneur making those challenging calls consistently? The patience of a scholar dedicating hours to study? The compassion of a leader practiced in every interaction? Excellence takes many forms, specific to our unique paths. Once you have a clearer idea of the excellence you seek, the next step is to break it down into specific, repeatable actions. What daily or regular practice, if done with dedication, would move you towards that vision? Don't aim for monumental tasks initially. Focus on the small, foundational actions. Aristotle emphasized that moral virtue, a key component of excellence, is also formed by habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. This implies that our character itself is a masterpiece we build through daily choices and behaviors. Consider the archer. To hit the bullseye consistently is an act of excellence. But this excellence is not achieved by shooting one arrow perfectly by chance. It is the result of countless hours of practice, adjusting stance, breath, and release over and over until it becomes an ingrained habit. Each arrow loosed, whether it hits the mark or not, is part of the habit-forming process. The misses provide feedback. The hits reinforce the correct technique. The key is the repetition, the unwavering commitment to the practice itself, regardless of immediate outcomes. This simple rule liberates us from the pressure of perfection in every single act, especially when starting. The focus is on establishing the habit of striving for excellence, not on achieving flawless results from day one. Perfection is approached through iteration, not instant manifestation. Think about a habit you wish to cultivate, perhaps daily study, exercise, or mindful reflection. The initial days might feel forced, even tedious. This is the stage where conscious will is paramount. You are laying the first stones of a new pathway in your mind and behavior. But as you persist, as you show up day after day, something remarkable begins to happen. The resistance lessens. The action becomes easier, more natural. What was once a chore starts to become a part of who you are. The pathway becomes smoother, more defined. Eventually, the habit becomes so ingrained that not doing it feels strange. This is the point where excellence is no longer a series of isolated acts, but a fundamental aspect of your being, effortlessly expressed. The pathway has become a well-trodden road. One of the biggest obstacles to forming habits of excellence is the allure of immediate gratification or the discouragement from slow progress. We live in a world that often praises quick wins. Aristotle's wisdom, however, champions the long game, the steadfast cultivation of virtue and skill. When you feel discouraged because results aren't immediate, remember the river carving the stone. Each small, consistent effort is making a difference, even if it's not visible at first. Trust in the process. The simple rule is about the power of accumulation over time. Another challenge is procrastination. The mind often resists the effort required to build new habits. Recognize this resistance not as a sign to stop, but as a natural part of the process. Gently guide yourself back to the small, repeatable action you've committed to. Aristotle's ethics also teach us about finding the mean, the balance between extremes. In habit formation, this could mean not overreaching initially. Starting with a habit that is too ambitious can lead to burnout. Begin with something small, manageable, and build from there. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, don't start by committing to write a chapter a day. Perhaps begin with writing for just 15 minutes or a single page. The key is consistency. Make the act of showing up the primary habit. Quality and quantity can evolve from that foundation. This simple rule also implies a deep sense of personal responsibility. If we are what we repeatedly do, then we are the primary architects of our character and, by extension, our success. This is not a burden but an empowerment. The tools are in our hands. Success, viewed through this Aristotelian lens, becomes less about external validation and more about internal cultivation. It's about the satisfaction of striving, of becoming, of living in accordance with principles of excellence. The journey itself becomes a source of fulfillment. The habits we cultivate shape not only our skills, but also our perception. As we consistently practice actions aligned with excellence, we begin to see more opportunities for excellence, more ways to apply our developing virtues and talents in the world. Consider the medieval guilds, where apprentices spent years honing their craft under a master. This system was built on Aristotle's principle: excellence achieved through disciplined, habitual practice over a long period. The masterpiece was a culmination of countless hours of such practice. This doesn't mean life becomes a rigid, joyless routine. True habit born of excellence often leads to a state of flow, where action becomes effortless and enjoyable. The challenge and skill are perfectly matched. There is deep satisfaction in the skilled execution of a well-honed habit. The beauty of this simple rule is its universality. It applies to any endeavor, any field, any dream. Whether you seek success in your career, your relationships, your personal growth, or your creative pursuits, the principle remains the same: cultivate habits of excellence. What small act of excellence can you commit to today? Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Think of one tiny step, one repeatable action that, if consistently performed, would inch you closer to your desired outcome. This is where the journey begins. It might be reading 10 pages of an inspiring book. It might be a 5-minute meditation. It might be writing one paragraph. It might be one act of kindness. The size of the act is less important than the consistency with which you perform it. Don't underestimate the power of these seemingly insignificant actions when repeated. Like a single stitch in a grand tapestry, each contributes to a larger, beautiful design that may not be apparent until much later. Trust the unfolding. The shift in mindset is crucial, from chasing success as a destination to embracing excellence as a way of traveling. When excellence becomes your habit, success is not something you chase. It is something that naturally ensues from who you have become. This principle encourages patience and self-compassion. There will be days when you falter, when the old patterns resurface. This is normal. The key is not to give up, but to gently guide yourself back to the habit, reinforcing the neural pathway of excellence. Each time you choose the habit of excellence over distraction or ease, you strengthen your resolve. You are, in essence, re-scripting your internal narrative, training your mind and body to align with your highest aspirations. You are becoming the person capable of achieving those aspirations. Consider the cumulative effect. One small positive habit practiced daily for a year results in 365 steps towards excellence. Imagine the impact of cultivating several such habits. This is how profound transformations occur, not overnight, but over time, through persistent, focused effort. Aristotle's wisdom challenges us to look beyond quick fixes and superficial tactics. It invites us to build a foundation of character and competence through deliberate practice. This foundation is what supports lasting success, making it resilient to the inevitable winds of change and challenge. The simple rule is also deeply democratic. It doesn't depend on innate talent, privileged birth, or luck. It depends on something everyone possesses: the capacity to choose our actions and, through repetition, to form our habits. The power to unlock success is inherently within us. As you begin to live by this rule, notice the subtle shifts. A growing sense of mastery, an increased capacity for focus, a deeper satisfaction in your work, and perhaps a quieter mind, less prone to the anxieties of an uncertain future, because you are focused on the present act of excellence. This approach to success is sustainable. It's not about burning out in a blaze of glory, but about cultivating a steady flame that burns brightly and consistently throughout your life. Habits of excellence provide energy. They don't just consume it. Remember, excellence is a direction, not a destination. It's a continuous process of refinement, learning, and growth. The joy is found not just in achieving goals, but in the very act of striving, of becoming a more capable, virtuous, and fulfilled individual. So the question isn't, am I successful? But, am I cultivating habits of excellence today? This shift in questioning can transform your entire approach to life and achievement, moving you from a state of passive wishing to active, empowered creation. The path of habit may seem less glamorous than the promise of instant breakthroughs, but its results are far more profound and enduring. It is the path of the master, the sage, the true achiever, who understands that greatness is built, not merely found. Challenge yourself this week. Identify one area where you desire success. Then, define one small, excellent act related to it. Commit to performing that act daily. Observe the process without judgment, simply with the intent to build the habit. This isn't just about productivity. It's about intentional living. It's about aligning your daily actions with your deepest values and highest aspirations. This is where true flourishing, Aristotle's eudaimonia, begins to blossom in your life. The resistance you feel when starting a new habit is often a sign of its importance. It means you are pushing against old inertia, carving a new groove for your energy to flow. Embrace that initial discomfort as a sign of positive change underway. Each repetition of a desired action is like a vote for the person you wish to become. With enough votes, that identity becomes your reality. You are not just doing excellence, you are becoming excellent. This is the alchemy of habit. Consider the ripple effect. Your commitment to habitual excellence not only transforms your own life, but can also inspire those around you. Just as a single candle can illuminate a dark room, your consistent striving can light the way for others. The simple rule doesn't promise an easy path, but it does promise a clear one. The complexity of success dissolves when you realize it's built from the simple, repeatable blocks of excellent habits. You hold the blueprint and the tools. Let go of the need for grand, heroic acts to define your worth or your progress. Instead, find the heroism in the quiet, consistent dedication to your chosen habits. There is immense power and dignity in this steady, daily commitment to being your best. So when you feel overwhelmed by the vastness of your ambitions, bring your focus back to the immediate present, to this day, this hour, this single action. Perform it with excellence. That is all that is required. The rest will follow. This Aristotelian wisdom is an invitation to become a conscious cultivator of your own life, tending to the garden of your habits with care and consistency. What seeds of excellence will you choose to plant and nurture today, knowing they will shape the harvest of your tomorrows? The journey to unlocking success, then, begins not with a giant leap, but with a single, intentional step, repeated. It's about choosing the small act of excellence and committing to it until it becomes an ingrained habit. This is the practical application of Aristotle's timeless insight. Ask yourself, what is one habit, if cultivated consistently, that would most significantly contribute to my vision of success? Don't overthink it. Choose something fundamental, something you can begin today, however small. This clarity is your starting point. Perhaps it's the habit of focused work for an uninterrupted hour, or the habit of daily learning in your field. Maybe it's the habit of mindful presence in your interactions. The specific habit matters less than your unwavering commitment to its consistent practice. The mindset shift required is profound. From seeking external validation or big breaks to finding power in your internal locus of control, in your capacity to build excellence from the ground up, day by day. You become the source of your own momentum. This is not about adding more to an already busy life. It's about being more intentional with the actions you already take, or substituting less productive habits with those that align with excellence. It's about quality of effort, not just quantity. Imagine success not as a treasure chest you find, but as a magnificent cathedral you build, stone by carefully placed stone, each stone representing a day's commitment to your habits of excellence. The final structure is a testament to your sustained effort. The simple rule offers a path to profound transformation that is both empowering and grounding. It reminds us that the extraordinary is often born from the consistent application of ordinary, excellent effort. This is within your reach, starting now. In essence, Aristotle's wisdom distills the art of achievement into a single, actionable focus. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. Let this be your guiding principle, your compass in the quest for a flourishing life. By embracing this rule, you shift from being a passive spectator of your life to its active, deliberate architect. You unlock not just external achievements, but the internal fortitude and character that define true, lasting success and fulfillment. The path to unlocking your highest potential lies not in complexity, but in this profound simplicity. Cultivate excellence in your daily actions, transform them into habits, and watch as the life you desire unfolds, one well-lived day at a time. What habit of excellence will you begin today?